You know, as BT6 players, we have the freedom of placing towers wherever we want, and this allows us to optimize their placement and use them to their full potential, like for example optimizing the angles at which they're attacking, or maybe we're gonna be placing them on an intersection or something like that. But this map is a little bit different because all of these spots that you see, like for example this spot over here, is blocked, and you cannot have towers anywhere except these 6 barrels. So we have a limited amount of towers. It's only 6, and also I brought Soda because I wanted to see if we can have Soda like this, because this map seems to be a little bit anti-Soda, I think. So let me just try and have her like this and see if that's good placement. Is she gonna reach this? I would rate this map as an advanced map, by the way, because not only that, let me just watch these greens, by the way, for a second. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's good. I would rate this as an advanced map because look at how these balloons are going out. So they're coming out from the left side, but they're walking out from the top, and then these ones from the bottom are going like this. And so this spot at the back basically is going to be a contested spot. It's going to be a very important spot because if anything leaks, there's going to be very little time to react on this thing. And I think that this is just like a genuine advanced map, which we're currently seeing here. So I love this map a lot. I think this is a different concept, so I really wanted to play this thing. I saw this on Reddit, by the way, and I'm going to have the code on screen if you guys want to check this map out. And yeah, this house here also blocks placement. So for example, we cannot have a sniper like this. It's actually not even a house, right? It's more like it's way too small to be a house. It's like one of those portable toilets or something like that. I don't know. Okay, let me get, I think we want to get something like, what's a cheap tower that we want to buy? Like maybe like a dart monkey. And look at this, so Soda leaked, and so this dart monkey, it's on first. Do we need to change the targeting for this thing? Yeah, it's gonna snipe this thing. So one of the towers that I want to be getting 100% is a wizard. I wanted to check out the Prince of Darkness. We haven't used that one in a long time, so I said why not just oh wait a minute, this is fine. Wait a minute, there we go. Okay, so I bought the wizard last second, and I think that was actually a good idea because I think we were gonna need a little bit of extra damage. So that's very important because now that we know that the yellows and probably the pinks are gonna be an issue, at least until Soda gets level 4, so she does 2 damage. Let's see if we need to do something about this round. So we're gonna have pink. Soda she's almost level 4, so after this round we're gonna get level 4, and then let's just watch the yellows and the pinks I'm more concerned about, and what's just actually, I think we need to use the ability on the okay, I thought that she was going to land on the right side, by the way, but she landed on the left one, and no, she's leaking pinks. Okay, so we do have a lot of money, and I was kind of hesitant of buying the wall of fire because this thing does not have 100% uptime, so you can't exactly 100% rely on it, but I'm going to get it, and hopefully it's going to get some of the pink balloons, or maybe even just do enough damage so they're brought down to, like, yellows. And I think that Sola, I just watched this one. Oh, no. Use the ability, snipe that one. And yeah, this is exactly the reason why I didn't want to buy it right now, but yeah, it's still worked out. Wait, look at this placement actually. Is the Elk going to be able to buff both of these spots? I think it's going to be able, right? And if it is able to buff both of the spots, then I just have to give, you know, hands off to the creator of this map, because this was very well planned. I mean, that's probably not true for the village over here though. No, look at this. So we're gonna have some lead balloons, and the thing is Soda doesn't pop lead, so maybe we try the alchemist thingy. Let's see if the alchemist can buff both of these towers. So let's make sure that at least it buffs Soda, because that's more important. So if I do it like this, is it? Yes, there we go. That's very good. Okay, now let's think about the mob for a second. So if a mob class balloon is coming out from the left side, if it doesn't get popped by Soda, then all the leftovers are going to go into the wall of fire and the crossbow, which are absolutely not enough to deal with it. So Soda needs to do a lot of damage, or we just need to pop the mob as soon as possible so that the leftovers get popped by Soda. And so we can do that by buying and we can test if the alchemist works. It does. Look at the icon. Okay, so yeah, this was just perfectly planned. I mean, hats off to the person that made this, honestly. So let's do it like this. Let's get a Berserker Brew, get it as a, I think I'm going to get it as a 320. And honestly, I think I should probably buy the hot spikes, right? Let's just get it. I mean, it's not a necessity, but we're eventually going to have to get it in the future. So let's just do it now and not worry about it. And I think that we're ready for the mob. So let's just watch round 39. 39 is actually kind of a beefy round, a bunch of rainbows and stuff. So maybe we want to get the intense magic, get some peers going. You know what? While I'm here, let me just get the monkey sense as well. It gives a little bit of range. It doesn't help a lot, but I just get it. And let's see how we do versus 39. So this is the rainbow part, but I think that the left side is defending, but the right side is leaking a little bit. Yeah, this alchemist and the dart are a very weak combo. Now we only have one spot left, which I was thinking would make things a little bit more. Oh, let's just pop them up, and I'm gonna tell you guys in a second. So do it like that. You saw this ability, and there we go. That's perfect. Okay, so one of the things that we have to get is this thing, a Spike Storm, and this thing needs to happen before the 50s. And I was also thinking of getting a Millipede Druid here into the Spirit of the Forest. Now that's a tower that you don't exactly see on Chimps Mode that often. At least I personally don't use the Spirit of the Forest on Chimps Mode that often. So I thought that this would be a nice, I think that's a nice tower to kind of, you know, switch things up, and at least when it comes to the towers that we usually use in Chimps Mode, right? For example, I guess the Copper of Spikes is going to be one of them, but the Prince of Darkness we haven't seen in a long time, and then the Druid should be nice, especially with serving us well with cleanup, right? So let's just watch this. I'm just more concerned about the, oh my god, I was going to say I'm concerned about the right side, but Solid seems to be leaking as well. Okay, this mid game needs a little bit of help, so can I afford... Yes, I can. Let me get the Necromancer right now. Let's see if this is going to make a huge difference. We also have the ability, so maybe I should go on strong with Solid and just snipe a Ceramic or something like that. And let's just watch the right side. And again, actually the left side is leaking a little bit, but this Necromancer seems to have made the difference. Okay, this mid-game is going to be an issue, I feel like, until we get to a single tier 5. Like these guys, this is just, the map is just way too short and these guys are not defending. Okay, so let's make our defense a little bit better because we're gonna have some ceramics incoming. So I wanted to get the stronger simulant so that now we can reliably buff both of these guys. It's not that I want this one to be buffed, the Spike Factory, as much as I want a full uptime on the buff on Sada, so that's kind of the most important part. And now let's watch these other ceramics. So this is a little bit similar to 43, but a lot more ceramics, I think. So let's just watch the left side because the right one seems to be getting defeated. Oh, no, that's a yellow. Okay, so here's what I was thinking. The way that we make life a little bit easier for Sada is just by upgrading this thing, right? Because if this thing does more damage, then we're going to have less leftovers on the left side, right? So let's see if the Sharpshooter is going to make any difference. Also, it's not just the crit that it does, but also the main attack attacks a lot faster. And it also does more damage. It does like 6 damage per shot, I think, so that's very nice. But this seems to... Oh my god, wait, where did the ceramics go? This seems to have made all the difference in the world. So what's next? Well, I feel like I should probably get the Millipede Druid now because we're gonna need some help with the leftovers, right? Let's just watch this Moab and then see how everything goes. I'm not gonna be using the ability. Last time we used, on the round 40 Moab, we used the Leaping Sword, but I'm not gonna do that because we now have the Necromancer. So I think that these small ones are actually very good in dealing with the leftovers. And... okay, now that's a lot of... Let's see how we do on this one. Nope, that's gonna leak. I see, that's exactly why I wanted to get the Druid, because even if we pop the Moab, there's nothing dealing with the ceramics. So maybe we can get something like a 1-3, eventually into a 1-4-0 Druid. And this is just gonna help out with the cleanup. We don't have a lot of Moab class damage, but if we time our ability, our Spike Storm correctly, then we might be able to deal with them. So let me try and get the Jungle's Bounty actually. Let's watch. This is the exact same Moab. But just because we have a Druid, yeah, this is not even going to be close this time. Very good. Not worried about 55 nor 56, but I'm probably worried about 57 and 58. So let's just chill for a second and let's see how we're going to do. I will be saving Sada's abilities as well. So 54, one of those rounds. I think I should probably use an ability now. Is that correct? Nope, that's one of the mobs gone. Let's watch the second one. And yes, there we go. We clean it up. Okay, so now I'm not worried about these Johns, and I'm so happy I got this guy because he's going to help with dealing with the ceramics. Now, this is probably the most important question. What's the ability that I use for the BFB? Because 41 is going to have 60... sorry, not 41, but 61 is going to have a bunch of Moabs. And the answer is nothing, I think, right? Because the Druid is going to pick up, yes, that's the answer. The answer is nothing. Okay, so here's the plan now. I'm going to use the Spike Storm as early as possible so we get the cooldown back. And we also got the level 10 on Saw. That's very nice for 63. Yeah, there we go. This is exactly what I wanted. So we don't have the cooldown exactly on the Spike Storm, but it's kind of almost there. So we just need to kind of hold on versus these guys. Oh yeah, this one's going to be an issue. Do I have to use Saw as level 3? I don't want to use a single ability for this one. I'm going to try without using an ability, and then if it works out, nope, it's not. Okay, so we're gonna have to use Sala's level 3 ability for this 45 Moab, and hopefully it pops a little bit earlier. And I kind of wanted to use it while the Moab is there and not to snipe the ceramics because we might get the cooldown for 63, right? Okay, so I choked a little bit on the previous run, so let me do it like let's not mess things up this time. So we start with the Spike Storm, we use Solace level 10 ability in the second wave, and then hopefully we snipe some of the ceramics with the level 3 ability. I'm gonna have Sol on strong now. I'm going to use the level 3 when these guys appear, and I want to snipe like a small portion of them, which is because there's no other way to beat this thing. We have no abilities, so we're going to have to do it like this. So the right side is gone, and then this side needs to... Yes, that was amazing. And actually, you know what? Using the ability a little bit... Oh, let me just Spike Storm this. Using the ability a little bit earlier on 62 made it possible so that we get it back for 63 for the third wave. That was amazing. That was actually a little bit, you know, a little bit thinking ahead, but that was very good. I told you guys, this map is something else. I mean, imagine we were playing another map just in, let me just use a Spike Storm. Yeah, there we go. Like, imagine that we're playing just a normal map in BTD6. You would, like, we had $26,000. We made, maybe we had like 20 something thousand dollars on 63, right? So if we needed to do something on 63, we could have just bought it, but not on this map. You're done. Whatever you have bought, it's done. It's set in stone. Okay, so we do have the money for the Prison of Darkness and the Crossbow Master, but I'm having second thoughts. And not second thoughts in terms of where or not I'm going to buy this thing. I will. I just don't want to buy it now because we just got the money for the Spirit of the Forest. And I've never done this. I've never bought the Spirit of the Forest as my first, like, main DPS tower that I want to have defending for me. So I'm actually going to do that. Let's see how this whole thing works out. This is a nice tower in terms of, I guess, these non-free play rounds, as in it's probably going to be able to deal with everything up to around 79 by itself. But the problem is, as soon as these balloons just start getting a lot more HP, this thing does not deal with them, especially these ceramics. Like, something that I don't like about this tower, and the reason why I'm not using it as much, is that it's just not predictable. So for example, if we're around 87 and we have a ceramic balloon appear right here. So for example, we pop the Moab and there's a ceramic right here where my mouse is that ceramic going to pop onto the vines? Okay, so we're entering free play. This is round 82, and these ceramics are making it a little bit first. So let's watch these guys. Yeah, let's watch these mobs. You guys see that? The ceramics they're popping here. Okay, that's actually not, these ones were not exactly representative, but what I'm trying to say is that if they kind of make it past this point, past these strongest vines, the damage really falls off. And so I think I want to get the Carpet of Spikes next, and the way that both of these guys, oh my god, I barely caught that one. You guys see the ceramics at the back? This is exactly what I'm talking about with this tower. You just don't know what's going to be happening, especially when these 45 balloons come out. Yeah, this is just, it's just such an unreliable tower, but you know what? We bought it, and we have the Spike Storm, so we can actually intervene with this thing. So let me use the Spike Storm, try and pop these guys as soon as possible. Yeah, these 45s are not, do I use the solid ability? I think I'm just going to keep solid on first. Let's just watch what happens to these 45s. Look at these ceramics, they're way too strong. So I think that we have to get the Carpet of Spikes, and so the way that this defense is going to work is that we're just going to be throwing things on the track, right? You know what, this wasn't planned, but that kind of makes an interesting strategy. You're not exactly directly popping the balloons, you're just laying things onto the track and they're popping by themselves. It's going to be the Carpet of Spikes, it's this thing, it's the vines, and it's also the balloons from the Prince of Darkness, and we're about to get the money for it, so let's just chill on this one. No 40 fights, that's very good. The next 40 fights are on 86. And here's what I want to do. Let's just have both of these UMGs, because there's only 2 on this round, so I'm going to let them both come out. I'm going to use the active ability, then I'm going to upgrade so we can get the passive ability as well. So use it now, and then upgrade so we get another ability. And there goes the left one. There go both of them. Very good. Okay, so now I feel a lot more confident versus these 40 fights, because I know that we're not exactly dealing with the small balloons, but at least we're dealing with the big ones, with the Moab class balloons, and maybe the spikes are going to help out a little bit. Let's use the active, by the way, just to deal with these Moabs. Yeah, but this setup is not giving me that much confidence, I'm going to be honest. I mean, look at the track, there are a lot of things happening on it, but just the setup is not giving me that much confidence. I think we need to get the Prince of Darkness as soon as possible, and then maybe if we're lucky, we're going to have the Crossbow Master, but I feel like even if we get just these 3, we should be fine. That's 45, so let's just use the active ability. So I think each time I see 45s, I'm just going to be using the active ability, just as a precaution. More 45s, this time is just Moabs, but let's just watch. So I imagine 98 is going to be a problem, right? It's going to be very strong 45 balloons. We're going to have, I think we're going to have the Prince of Darkness for sure by that round. Well, things are going to get interesting, guys. So let me use the active one. I guess just get rid of these guys. Oh, and we got a passive trigger at the same time. That was awesome. More 45s again, but I think they were worried because it's just BFBs. The DDTs are going to come out, but yeah, we don't have an issue with DDTs, so I'm not exactly worried about them. And the money's kind of going well. We are almost there with the Prince of Darkness, so we should have it. Are we going to have it by 95? Yeah, probably, right? I mean, this round makes more than 5,000, I think. But this is 94. This is one of those beefy rounds. No 45s on this one, but it's a lot of RB. So let me use the passive one. And honestly, I think I'm just going to chill with solid abilities. I think we get more value out of solid attacking. The right side was dealt with, so now it's just the left side. And then it keeps bumping into either the spikes, the vines, or just the balloons getting spawned. There we go. We get the money for the Prince of Darkness. So let's buy it right now. And look at this thing, it's only summons on the track. We're actually beating the balloons on the track and not by having towers attacking. That's very interesting. But yeah, look at this thing. So now the Prince of Darkness is actually spawning these balloons, which are going right into into the Bloons face and actually going towards the left side. Okay, now this is an important round. More 40 finds. It's only Moabs this time, but this round can be a nice gauge, I think, in how we're going to do versus 98. So as long as we deal with the... actually, is it? Because it's only Moabs. I don't know. Let's watch. So I'm just gonna chill with the passive ability because we now got the Prince of Darkness. And the money is at 10,000. So maybe we can get away with the Crossbow Master as well. And this is going to be a very interesting defense because I don't use... probably any of these towers in defending. I used to use the Prince of Darkness a lot when he was meta. I don't think I've used the Crossbow Master in Chimps mode like recently, and also I don't use the Spirit of the Forest, but you know what, this strategy, it might actually work, the laying stuff on the track strategy. Okay, so this is 98, and this is probably the most difficult one out of all of them, so I'm just gonna spam abilities as much as possible so we get some damage going. Maybe that wasn't the best choice actually. Maybe I should have saved like a solid level 10 ability to clean stuff up, but let's just watch. So maybe we get... I was kind of wanting to use them as soon as possible so that maybe we can get 2 rounds of them and 2 rounds of abilities in the same round. And I'm really concerned about the right side because I can't see what's happening. I'm really hoping the Prince of Darkness is eating them up. Oh my god, this is so hard to pay attention to. I'm really scared actually for this one. So Solid seems to be defending on the left side, but how's the right side looking? We do have one of Solid's abilities. Do I use it? I mean, she is attacking ceramics, so I don't want to get her off. So I think we're doing fine. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I think we defeated these ones. Okay, that's fine. And now it's only these ones left over, so I have a Spike Storm. I'm going to use it. And there we go. That was 99. That was so nerve-wracking. You can't see anything. I was scared that entire time. But that's 99, and we actually did buy the Crossbow Master. We did get enough money. And honestly, I think around 100 is not even going to be an issue. I mean, look at this thing. It's a Carpet Spike. The main attack is a lot stronger. And we also have some abilities. So let me use Solid's level 3. And then Spike Storm it up. And that should be it. But that was such a fun map. Oh my god, what a map that was. What a kind of a different concept that was. Let me just check how the pops are going. So Solid is 120. It's about 120,000. This thing is 760. And this thing is at 828. Wait a minute. This was the MVP of the entire run. Let me just check the Prince of Darkness. 240. And then the Crossbow Master at about 65. But that's a very interesting map, which kind of forces you to place towers in specific spots. And also because the number of towers is very limited. You have to think about what you're buying. And you have to think advanced for the early, mid, and late game together. So that's it for this one. I really enjoyed playing this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I will see you on the next one.